Hi, my name is Lydia Link. My husband and I and our 2 daughters, ages 10 and 12, live at 216 Hunters Pass Drive, Duncansville. Concerning this latest unfortunate situation that we are facing right now, it would appear that everyone's focus is on the teacher. But the truth is that this administration and the majority of this board is to blame for allowing this to happen. Although I disagree with the teacher's actions, although I disagree with the teacher's actions, I can't help but to feel that she is being thrown under the bus by some of you on this stage. Those of you who have not had the courage to implement policy that would have made it clear to this teacher and to every other teacher in this district that discussions with our children are about sensitive personal issues such as this should be left to the parents. A composition teacher's responsibility is to teach composition. It's certainly not her place, nor does she have the training to counsel these young students in ways that may influence them on making life-changing decisions, especially during the stage of their lives in which they are already going through so many confusing and difficult emotional changes. A policy should have already been put in place that would have spared our children this unneeded distraction during a time in which they are already so far behind because of the harmful politically motivated COVID mandates and school closures. This administration and board were made aware of the problems brewing in this teacher's classroom last fall. Like so many other issues, this school bowed to the political correctness and did nothing, which sadly has become the standard practice of this district the last several years. Then again, this year, all of you were made aware of the same teacher's inappropriate interactions with students when only on the second day of school she took it upon herself to ask students to declare their pronouns. She did this without the parents' permission. You were made aware that this inappropriate action has been taking place in a classroom displaying sexually divisive and controversial symbols, including a flag that represents multiple sexual orientations. At the September meeting, this administration and board was urged by Ms. Bilek and Ms. Constanza to come together to create a new policy that would address this divisive issue that is plaguing our school. The conclusion of that meeting was understanding that the administration would consult with the solicitor and that more discussion would take place at the October meeting. But strangely, a day before that meeting in October, the public was made aware that this subject would not be on the agenda to be discussed. Even worse, the administration tried to delay this discussion even further and planned that it would be addressed sometime next year. It was only by the urging of the 2 new ladies on this board that this meeting was finally scheduled to discuss the changes in policy that will hopefully provide much needed guidance on this subject. So now, here we are again. And because of your continued neglect, this issue has been allowed to take yet another ugly step. The sexually graphic book was brought into the classroom of 12-year-olds and displayed for almost 2 months on the desk of the very same teacher and the very same classroom, which for over a year, all of you have been asked over and over again to address. Many of us feel that without the overwhelming social media attention, that the current ongoing investigation would have never begun. We know this because Dr. Gilday emailed a mother that he had spoken with a police officer that had spoken with her, and based on what was reported to him, no further action would be taken. The investigation into this matter only began after it was clear to the school that too many people were now aware of the situation, which forced you to take action. Those of you on the board who have continuously refused to take preventative action on this issue are directly responsible for enabling this ongoing scandal to continue and should be held accountable by the parents and taxpayers of this district at the ballot box next November. I have a suspicion that some of the parents here tonight just might be sitting up where you are in the very near future. We deserve better than a board-led president who has sarcastically stated on social media that romance novels are far spicier than this book. At the September board meeting, she stated that she commends the teacher for asking children to declare their pronouns, and that we were making a mountain out of a molehill when expressing her concern over a teacher questioning our children's sexual identity without our knowledge. The board should be reminded that you represent the tax-paying parents of this district who elected you to represent them, not to be a rubber stamp of the administration. I'm done, thank you.
Let her talk.
Yeah, let her talk.